I would now call upon Anna Parenteau from Russo River First Nation to please come forward to give the opening prayer.
Bonjour, Ninowe Maganidok, Gishgamana Weavy Tongue Edition Cause, Bijou du Dam. Nijone Mede Migwech Gigagwedge Migoyan, Jabagis and Magoyan, Asema. Nimikwenama, Danikubajigan, Nijing, Ishkoyang, Sininiban, Gijinakazo. Api Giayama, Api Gi Ajade Bi Amuad Aguitiwin. Gi Oshkine away with Gawindamawa. Chibizindan. Wabanong Wendabian Mishomis Nokomis. Dapanamao Shanama Sema. Miashquad Bijoana Mishanam. Gigije Wadiziwin. Shagagiz Omin Mishomis Nokomis. Jawanong Wendabian Mishomis Nokomis. Dapanamao Shanama Sema. Miashquad Bijoana Mishanam. Gigije Wadiziwin. Shagagiz Omin Mishomis Nokomis. Ninga Bianong Wendabian Mishomis Nokomis. Dapanamao Shanama Sema. Miashquad Bijoana Mishanam. Gigije Wadiziwin. Shagagiz Omin Mishomis Nokomis. Giwednong Wendabian Mishomis Nokomis. Dapanamao Shanama Sema. Miashquad Bijoana Mishanam. Gigije Wadiziwin. Shagagiz Omin Mishomis Nokomis. Ningagwajama Gin Bimoseyan Medeoshka Bewis Anakunut Mao Shanam Gijgong Nitam Gijik Nijo Gijik Niso Gijik Neo Gijik Wenje Wakab Menang Medemanidu Shigwa Namama Na King Nitam Pitu Kamegik Nijo Pitu Kamegik Niso Pitu Kamegik Binish Neo Pitu Kamegik Nisoae a bit Dapanamao Shanam Asema Nundawao Shanam Eje Nundagusiang Hajoina Mishnam Gijamanidu Hajoina Mishnam Gijamanidu Hajoina Mishnam Gijamanidu Hajoina Mishnam Gijamanidu Migwech Nikanigana.
Please be seated. Anna, thank you so much for sharing those beautiful words with us. I would now invite His Honour, Philip Lee, Lieutenant Governor for the Province of Manitoba, to please come forward for his address.
Bonjour, Madame et Monsieur, friends, Manitobans, treaty people. Today we are honoring Manitoba Day in a way that reminds all Manitobans of the foundation of our province. By honoring treaties between the Crown and First Nations, we honor the spirit of sharing, understanding, and partnership that represents the best of our nation and our province. Today, we will have the opportunity to share in ancient and sacred teachings, to explore the spirit of and history of treaties through music, dance, and theater, and to affirm our belief in the importance of these agreements. And by doing so, we hope to work towards a better future. I'm pleased to see so many leaders gather here, chiefs, MPs, and MLAs, elders, deputy ministers and directors, legal and public policy advisors, representatives of police and social service agencies, educational institutions, and the business community. Perhaps even more important is the participation of the young generation in the performances in the school program that will begin after this formal ceremony. Nothing is more important for the future of Manitoba than keeping the flame of justice, human rights, and learning aright. And nothing is more in keeping with the spirit of the treaties than working to ensure that they are understood and valued by future generations. As Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba and representative of Her Majesty the Queen, I join you in celebration. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Your Honor, for your kind address. I would now ask the Premier of the Province of Manitoba, the Honourable Greg Salinger, MLA for St. Boniface and leader of the New Democratic Party, to please come forward to address the group and to sign the Treaty Day Proclamation.
Your Honours, Madam Deputy Speaker, Commissioner Whitebird, Grand Chiefs and Chiefs, Elders, Members of Parliament, and the Legislature, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is a great honour and privilege to welcome you here today to be part of an historic and important day for Manitoba. Today marks the 140th anniversary of the Province of Manitoba entering into Confederation on May 12, 1870. It was 1 year later that the first of the numbered treaties was signed at Lower Fort Garry. Without these treaties between the Crown and First Nations, the establishment, growth, and prosperity of Manitoba and Canada would simply not have been possible. Never in the 140 years of the history of this legislature have we come together in this chamber to show appreciation to the First Nations and acknowledge their significant contributions to the creation of this province. We are all here this morning united by a common understanding of and belief in the First Nations treaties and the enduring treaty relationship that exists today in Manitoba. While it's easy to think of the treaties as history, we must keep in mind they are as relevant today as the day they were signed. The treaties are not frozen in time. They are living agreements fundamental to the Manitoba we know today. Understanding the treaties is crucial to the understanding where we've been and where we're going collectively as Manitobans and Canadians. We must also be honest in acknowledging that many of the Crown's promises so central to the treaties have not yet been fully fulfilled. As a province, we have an important role in the treaty relationship through the transfer of lands to the federal government as part of the treaty land entitlement process, who in turn transfer lands to the First Nations. But honouring the treaty relationship extends well beyond land. As a government, we take the fundamental responsibility of upholding the honour of the Crown very seriously in everything we do. We are proud to work in partnership with First Nations, and we have a strong record of moving forward in collaboration with Aboriginal peoples. We are working with the First Nations to build an all-season road on the east side of Lake Winnipeg. We've entered into community benefit agreements to ensure jobs and training opportunities are available for residents of the east side. Wasquatum represents the first time we have entered into an equity partnership with a First Nation on a generating station project. This partnership includes extensive training and jobs for local people and local contracts. Through the First Peoples Economic Growth Fund, we are aiding Aboriginal businesses with the cost of starting up a business. Through our Bright Futures Fund, we are collaborating with community groups to work with schools to provide students with a variety of supports, including tutoring, increased family involvement in schools, mentoring, goal setting, career exploration, and bursaries. We have recently introduced the Aboriginal Languages Act to recognize for the first time Cree, Dakota, Dene, Inuktitut, Métis, Ojibwe, and Oji Cree as the Aboriginal languages of Manitoba, a first step towards ensuring Manitoba's proud Indigenous language heritage will be preserved for the benefit of all future generations. We have invested in a new Crown Aboriginal Consultation Participation Fund and will co-host a roundtable discussion with the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs on consultation and accommodation to ensure Manitoba meets its Section 35 duty to consult Aboriginal people meaningfully. As we move forward, we will continue to value the voices of Aboriginal peoples in the development of political policy. We know that to move forward as a province, we must move forward together. Today, as we celebrate Treaty Day, we pledge to continue to respect your voices, your teachings, and your rights. It took many people to make this day a reality, and I'd like to take a moment to thank them. In particular, I would like to express my sincere appreciation and reverence to the late and forever Honourable Minister Oscar Laughlin, whom we miss a great deal at our Cabinet table and in this Assembly, for getting us started on the path to today's celebration. The presence of the family of the late Minister serves as a reminder of the outstanding contributions he made to our province. Today, we honour our brother as a champion of the Treaties of Manitoba with a new award in his name. Thank you also to our Deputy Premier, the Honourable Eric Robinson, for his hard work in organizing today's events. Also, thank you to the Office of the Speaker of the House, the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly, the Assembly of the Manitoba Chiefs, the Treaty Relations Commission of Manitoba Chiefs, and the Government of Canada, all of whom worked very hard to ensure that this celebration would be a special and memorable occasion. Thank you to all the performers, the drummers, and the singers, and the school children who sang so beautifully for us. You are now a part of the Manitoba history by virtue of your presence and participation here today. But most importantly, I'd like to thank all the First Nations peoples of Manitoba. Your culture is treasured, your generosity is appreciated, and your contributions are valued. You have shaped our history as Manitobans and continue to make Manitoba the great province it is today. On behalf of the people of Manitoba, Ekozani, Miigwech, Masichu, Wopida, merci, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Premier.